So what's new in Warframe the week commencing the 14th of November 2022? Well, Nightwave basically ends next week. I would love to turn around and say spend those Nora Mix Volume 2 creds now, but I'm not sure we'll get to that. Let's have a look and see what Chipper is selling first of all. What Archon Shard have you got this week? It's the Azura Archon Shard. To be fair, I prefer those more than the yellow ones simply down to the fact that they have health and armor and such on them. They are more defensive ones. Not that you can tell that or anything from Frost's back, but I'd rather get Tau Forged ones than buy them from him anyway. Kahl's Break Narmer mission is Sneaky Sabotage. No mini boss fight this week because there's two of them and one of them isn't on here. There is Find the K Drive, get his toolkit. I hate those. Stun the Deacon. Wow. Stun them using Veil Breaker. So you literally use his third ability and just stun them. And to be fair, you can literally sit there and probably do the same Deacon over and over again. Because once they become unstunned, it should almost be completely reset by then. 5 gene stamps. I'm glad this week that we can turn around and say not all of these need to be done in one mission. You can in fact spread these over. Do one per mission, run it 5 times. Completing it without dying, probably the best one of all and probably the only one I'll actually get this week. Stop doing that. Weird game. And to be fair, you don't get any stock unless you complete at least one of these. I'm not imagining that. That lags like crazy when we're coming in and out of there. Track Archons, I'm assuming this is the blue one as well. Yay, the Azura Archon Shard. Wasn't it the Azura one last week? I'm like 100% sure it was the Azura Shard last week. These missions, there will be an Exterminate, that's easy. The Interception, it's on Earth. And I do believe it is against the Grenier. Because this is, of course, Burrell. I don't like Burrell that much, to be honest. But, yeah, this is against the Grenier. So, the Interception, it's not the one I hate the most, but it is up there. Nightwave is obviously going to be stupidly easy, as it always is. Convert 10 Riven Shards into a Riven mod. To do that, just go to Earth, go to the Iron Wake, go see her in the corner. Stupidly easy. An easy 7,000 points there. Open one of each tier relic. That would be a Lith, Meso, Neo, Axie. The 2 elites this week, stupidly easy. Vault Looter. Unlock 4 Dragon Key Vaults on Deimos. You can carry all of them, so straight off the normal acts that she has, stupidly easy as well. And that's the first one, because you can do that by yourself. Or go in with a team of other people and take 1 key each. Probably the easiest way to do that is to do it by yourself. Unlock 3 relics, complete 3 sabotage missions, polarize a weapon. I mean, come on, can it get easier than that? And kill 30 Xmas. So this week, you have enough time to get, even if you haven't started this, to at least this point. So, Former, easily. By next week, up to Warframe slot, maybe a little bit higher. There's not enough time to get all the way to the Umbra Former, because we were expecting this to run till December. But as you can see, it expires in 9 days. Volume 3 will start on the 30th, which is when we're all expecting Lua's Pre. Whether that happens or not, we don't know. So when it comes to her offerings, the cred... And I said cred offerings. The creds do not transfer to the next one, so spend them this week or next week. Just spend them before they are gone, is all I can say. I do like Gaia's helmet, but we're all waiting for one particular helmet to turn up now, aren't we? And I am stupidly amazed that it's not here this week, which means it has to turn up next week. Stanax's helmet has to turn up next week because it's not here this week. Someone's going to tell me I spelled that wrong. And I did. But just to make sure, because as aforementioned, already looked and Stanax's helmet isn't here. So they said it's in here, so it has to turn up next week. Otherwise it's not going to be here until December. There is the usual at the top, I'm not even going to mention them. There are a few things missing that have been there for absolutely ages. Aura-wise, rifle scavenger can be pretty useful. Corrosive projection is probably better. Sniper scavenger again, same thing. Enemy radar, if you don't have animal instinct, I guess go for it. There is the Heck Desert Camo Skin Blueprint, the Grinlock Desert Camo Skin Blueprint. There is Groll's Pobla Floof. How did they get the tail? Well, I know how you would get the tail to do that. Shame the one that they sold didn't do that and just have a piece of metal in it that you can bend and shape to whatever you want to. There is the Kinetic Siphon Trap decoration, the Nightwave ornament. There is the Heat Sword blueprint. This is the blueprint to build the actual Heat Sword, which to be fair is a half-decent weapon. Sometimes. The Exergus Shock Camo Skin blueprint that I wish we could give to Kahl, but we can't. Augment-wise, while aiming, the Tetra projectile speed will be increased by 80%. Not so bad. Power of 3 quiver augment for Ivora and the slash dash augment for Excalibur. I'm trying to remember or not before we go and see Teshin to see what he has for his Steel Path Honor store this week. Is it in fact this? Yes, it is. You can always tell because there'll be a lot of people here. Umbra Forma week. Do believe it is. Oh, please be right. Yes, it is! Oh, I am so happy about that, because last week we took a stab in the dark in saying that this was going to be Umbra Forma this week. There it is, the one useful item that Teshin actually sells in the Steel Path Honor store, the Umbra Forma. It is 150 steel essence, but it's the only thing he sells worth what he is asking for it, because it's the only way to get an Umbra Forma. Hence you know that it's here when you come in here and there are people absolutely everywhere. Because usually this place is kind of a ghost town. When Umbra Forma Day turns up, people everywhere. And lastly, don't forget if you have Helmets Invigoration segment, it's time to come in and have a look at this because these are different frames and different invigorations for everybody. The reason to check is every 10th invigoration. If you don't use this system, taking it up to 10 and just leaving it there until you get a decent one is still worth doing because 250% melee damage, okay, primary crit chance, that can be stupidly useful, secondary crit chance and immune to status effect. That can be really useful, and you can take them and put them on whatever frame you happen to have equipped at the time, making the mutation more useful, these days at least, than the actual invigorations they are giving people. And with that, we'll leave this off here. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you next time.